So, we're in Australia. This is the most stressed out I've ever been.
Woodford Festival is the second biggest folk festival in the world. There was a lot of people and a lot of stages, so we did feel the pressure, but we also felt it was a really good chance for us to try out a bunch of this new material that sometimes we can be really shy about trying out in our hometown. By the time we got on stage at noon, it was jammed. I think the capacity of that stage is about 5,000 or 6,000 people. And we couldn't believe it because nobody really knows who we are here yet. This is our first real festival in Australia. So that feeling of like, oh wow, okay, people actually came out. It made it really real. Chaos.
It was the worst feeling ever. We have all brand new gear, and then when we actually plugged it all in, our stuff didn't work.
Sanjay forgot to
oh my god,
plug or to turn on the plug for the laptop running the whole in-ear monitoring system. So halfway through the set, we lost all of our monitors, and unfortunately at that point I had overcommitted myself and I was out in the middle of the crowd doing this big crowd.
Oh.
And all of a sudden we lost everything. Everyone on stage is looking at me like, sorry bro, you're on your own.
And it was me being like super fevered out. So I had a full-on fever, and when we were jumping, I thought my brain was hitting my skull. And I just didn't plug. I plugged in the thing and turned off the power.
Is this even happening?
And my battery died after half an hour. Your mic died.
My mic died halfway through the show, and I broke my stand that I put my tablas on. So I had to like use a bunch of duct tape to try to like hold the drum together. I felt like an amateur. I felt like a band that had just started practicing to play this festival.
We got Woodford, guys.
Yeah.
Let's put a set together.
We don't know how any of our gear works, and we don't really know the songs very well. And I just felt like such an amateur, and that was the hardest part. I was so depressed after that show. But despite that, the funny thing about those two shows is just everyone still really loved it. And after the first show, we had this little signing. The response was so positive, we almost sold out of CDs. Third show, I think we had all this feeling, like I think all of us felt like we had done our time. We spent 2 days like messing with our gear, trying to figure out how everything worked. And we had a primo set time. We were going on at 11 o'clock at night, and it was jammed. And I just remember looking around at all you guys and feeling like, yeah, there was no doubt that we were gonna slay it. It was just going so smoothly. Just ramping up. And everyone had their hands up in the air and we're like, getting ready to go nuts on the drop.
And we killed the power of the whole stage, the whole PA at the biggest drop of our whole set.
Right away we knew that something went totally wrong. So we look at each other and we just start playing. And because it looked so natural, I don't think the sound guys even realized.
And it was the weirdest feeling ever, and people thought that was amazing. They thought that was amazing. So fast forward, next day, we played at 4:30 on New Year's Eve, and we had the biggest crowd there. It was like this magical thing after every single fuck up and all this weirdness.
Sing a little prayer to the gods of Woodford. Let's try this.
And that day, it was like, that day was magical. The new songs killed it. It worked. and the set went off. And at the end of the show, it was like, I took my ears off and heard everything. But I actually couldn't finish my words because I was tearing up. It was just insane. And just to know our new songs did that, and it all worked out, was like, it was like, whoa.